Hello. So let me get this down a wee bit. Right, hello. Welcome to Wednesday's class. I'm just going to shut that door because, oh no, I won't. I was going to say the washing machine's going. In fact, I'm just going to turn the washing machine off. There we go. Today, for the 5 minutes, I'm going to talk about the core. So we're still working our way down the body with the muscles. We've done the shoulders and the back, some of the back, and the arms and the forearms, the two muscles on the upper arm, the triceps and the biceps, and the forearms. Did any of you buy any of those hand strengtheners? I've been trying to use mine quite a lot during the day, and I'm sure I'm getting, my forearms are filling out a little bit. Anyway, today we're going to talk about the core. Now, core, people tend to think about your core as just like your six-pack. But it's not. It's not just the muscles you can feel. There are about 12 muscles that make up the core. I mean, no muscle works in isolation. They all work together. But your core are all the muscles that keep you upright, basically. So if you didn't have core muscles, your backbone wouldn't bend and it wouldn't be upright. It's like they're a bit like some the guys on a tent, the guy ropes on a tent. And so we don't really look after our core. We use it all the time. If you've ever done a lot of exercise and your stomach muscles are sore, you will know how much you use them. Even when you're sitting down, just changing gears in a car, you do brace. You use them. I mean, just doing that. One of the best exercises that we do for core actually is the side bend. Unfortunately, my favorite, as you know. So engaging core, I talk about engaging core quite a lot, but then I sort of skate over it. So we'll do that. Engaging core is breathing out and then pull your navel into your backbone as hard as you can and then release it slightly. Tighten up your pelvic floor muscles as well. This is a good one to practice at home, and then breathe. It's a good one to practice lying down, actually, in bed. If you put your hands on your hip bones and just put your hands, your fingers in there, as you pull your stomach in, your muscle, your navel in, you can feel these muscles here tightening. And then you should, I mean, you can't do this all the time, but try and get in the habit of engaging your core muscles throughout the day. I mean, you'll forget. It's really good for your posture. I mean, exercise won't actually make you any younger. Well, I suppose it will make your biological age younger, but it'll make you look younger. So if you're walking, if you're standing upright, if you're going out, engage your core, make sure that you're upright, tuck your bum in a bit. Just do that to make sure your shoulders are up. And then you do look. Just how you walk has quite a bearing on how old you look. Just throwing that out there. So your core muscles are really, really important. If you didn't have them, you'd just be like that. Just as an aside, when my last babies were born, this has relevance. They were twins, and one was in special care for about 3.5 weeks. So they were both the same age, and one was home all the time. They were both the same age, and yet when the one from hospital came out, because she hadn't been handled, because when your baby pick you up, you brace against it without even knowing it. You're bracing against it. So when she came out, she had absolutely no muscle tone. So when I put them in the bouncing cradle, her 3.5-week-old sister would sit there looking around, and the one that hadn't been handled she was fine, but she would just slide down because her muscles hadn't been used to being braced against. And that was her core muscles, because obviously she wasn't walking or anything. So that was just the muscles of her trunk, her core muscles. So it shows that you do need them. They support you in every way. Right, a really good way is to do the plank. Now, we do a plank on Mondays, but if you don't do Mondays, have a look and see, because if you can get on the floor, doing a plank is really good. And the side plank, which is really, really hard. But the abs one that we do, this one, sitting in the chair and lifting, actually the balance one that we do, that's still using your core, and the side bend that we do. But really, none of them don't use core. They all use the core, but there's only a few that we do specifically for the core. And actually, I've introduced a new exercise today, because it came to me that we don't do many back exercises. So I've introduced this one. And as with many of the exercises, I like a bit of feedback. I don't think it's not difficult technically, and I don't think it'll be difficult for you to do. I don't think it's a difficult one. Anyway, we'll come to that. So it's 11 o'clock, so we're going to start now. So welcome to anybody that's new. I don't know if anybody is new because I can't see you. So we're going to the class today. Sorry, I can't say so all the time. The class is divided into 3 bits. There's a warm-up, the main body of the exercise, and then stretching. You're going to need a chair without arms, so a kitchen chair or a dining room chair with good sturdy chair, not a flimsy one. If you have an exercise band, very good. If you don't, you can just do the movements with your arms or legs or whatever it is, and you still get benefit because your limbs, your body is still moving. If you don't have an exercise band and you want to buy one, if you go way back through some of the videos, you'll find that I did a talk about bands and exercise equipment. If you can't find it, and if they are difficult to find, if you drop me a line on my Over 50 Fitness Facebook page or on this page or anything, I'll send you a little video on how to choose bands and things, if you would like that. Okay, without further ado, we're going to get started. I'm just going to put this down a little bit so you can see my feet. Oh, by the way, it's a week since the dog had his operation, and he seems fine. He's back to normal. He thinks he's totally better. Come on, why can't we go out running? But he can't yet. Anyway, so we're going to start just by, if you can, on your toes, just very gently walking. Very gently, just on your toes. Swing your arms slightly to exaggerate. A slightly exaggerated, I'll try that one again. A slightly exaggerated arm movement so that your shoulder warms up. I'm talking too fast. My brain can't keep up with my tongue. So I'll slow my speech down a little bit. So we'll just do this for a few more seconds. 3, 2, 1. There we go. And now we're going to concentrate quite a bit on warming up the arms. So we're going to put your hand on your shoulder and make your arm like a wing. Those of you that have been with me over a year know the ropes. Pretend you've got a pencil sticking out of your elbow, and we're going to do 5 nice big circles backwards, full range of movement for 5 and 5 forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then on the other side, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You may find it easier on one side than another. 3, 4, 5. My left shoulder isn't actually as flexible as my right. Right, the next one we're going to do is the one where we just put one hand up in the air and the other one comes back. We're not going to rock, it's just the arms that go up. Now, if you can, all throughout this whole exercise class, do what you can. If you can't do 10 repetitions, most of the things are for 10 repetitions. If you can't do 10 repetitions of an exercise, do 1. 1 is better than none. Do a half and you can build up. Don't feel that if you can't do 10, it's useless, you're no use, and give up. Do them. Similarly, if you can't get your arm up there, do what you can. If it only goes to there or there, that's absolutely fine. Don't force it. Just by the constant movement, repetition of the movement, it will loosen the joint, hopefully. So we're going to go nice and slow and controlled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shoulder stiffness is something that creeps up on you. 6. You may not even realize it. 7. Until somebody like me comes along. 8. And asks you to do this. 9. And you think, ooh. 10. When did I lose the ability to do that? Right, the next one we're going to do is above the head again, but sideways. So we're going to start with your hands here against your thigh. We're going to turn the palms out, bring it, touch above your head, turn them back again and down. We're going to do that 10 times as well. That was one, so I'll show you. So you don't need to get down on your knees. I'm doing this so as you can see above my head. So turn your hands up, turn, and back down. 1. Again, just do what you can. If you've only got one arm that works all the way up, just do it with that one arm. 4. If a hand claps on YouTube, 5, and there's no one there to hear it, does it make a sound? 6. 7. 8. And doing this, turning it, exercises those small muscles in your shoulder. It's difficult to get to those. I mean, we can exercise all the big muscles, but if you think, when you're turning this, your shoulder muscles are having to work in a nice, gentle way. Right, last one of the arms. Arms at 90 degrees, and we're just going to touch our elbows together. If you can't get the elbows together, doesn't matter, do what you can. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. How's your shoulders? Nice and warmed up. Right, we're going to go into our routine. We're still on the warm-up. We're going to do a heel dig, and at the same time anchor our elbows and do a bicep curl with the opposite arm. This is a bicep curl. This is a heel dig. So we're not going to do this too fast. We want to get this sort of imprinted into your brain. Just keep checking that you're doing opposite arm and leg. It's quite easy to think you're doing opposite arm and leg, and then you look down, lo and behold, your limbs have had ideas of their own. 3, 2, 1. Next one we're going to do is just a step out to the side and prayer hands and out to the side. Try not to let your knee drift in like mine are trying to do. Not sort of drifting in that way. Oh, hang on, Rose. Got a bit confused there. 3, 2, 1. Somebody's written something. I'm just so nosy, I have to look at it. Yeah, my shoulders crunch as well, Nikki. Right, next one. Back, like that. At the same time, have your hands here. And as your leg comes back, your arms come out. Try not to let your leg drift in. Try and keep it, it's actually more comfortable when I do that as well. I may have a slightly funny gait this morning because I've done something to my hip. So I can't run at the moment. So it really, really upsets me. 3, 2, 1. And then the last one is just a nice toe tap and a swing of the arm. Nice and gentle, am I good? Right, 3, 2, 1. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to take all that and put it all together. So we're going to go heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Heel dig, side, slowing it down a bit, back, toe tap. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. One more time. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Right. Doesn't like moving this hip here. So, nicely warmed up. We're going to start, as always, with the squat. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, we've got 11 exercises and then our little routines at the end. So we've got quite a full, it's growing and growing and growing, isn't it? Anyway, they're all necessary for all these muscles that I'm talking about. So, and they'll probably all go in this elusive book when it gets going. Hip sympathy with the dog, yeah, definitely. His is his shoulder, though, not his hip. But yeah, so we're both a couple of crops. We're both on lead walking. Right, squatting. Don't distract me. You know how easily distracted I am. So a squat is sitting down without the chair. So your knees do not go over your toes, not like that. It's back. You don't have to go down that far. You can go to there if you want. If you can't do a free squat, chair, sitting sideways on the chair, so not sideways, towards the front of the chair, hands here so you're not tempted to use them, and legs like that, legs, thighs parallel, don't let your knees come in, and stand up, and then down again. See how you sit? You sit with your bottom stuck out like that. It's almost like your bottom is searching for the chair, and that's what a squat is. If you can't do that, use momentum, swing your arms and get yourself up. And if that's impossible, use your hands. But, as I'm always saying, the object of all this is to get yourself upright without using your hands, from any chair, not just during this exercise class. Right, 10 squats. I'm going to do 5 sideways. I might not go down very far because I think it's all right. I think my hip's all right doing squats, actually. So, remember, don't let your knees come in like that. So, we're going to go 1, 2, 3. If this is too quick, if you're on the chair, 4. Just do it at your own speed. Pay no attention to me. 5. Oops, 6. Said I'd show you this way. 7. Have your feet nice, quite wide. 8. 9. 10. Right, good. Next one, seated row. Seated row, you're going to need your band for this. If you don't have a band, just do the movement. So you're sitting at the front of the chair and your feet are out in front of you, your heels are on the floor and your toes are pulled back, and you loop the band around, put it in your instep, and then it's nice and safe. And have quite a lot of tension on the band. I'm going to go this way so you can see what my hands are doing. So your legs are straight out in front of you, your heels are on the floor, your toes are pulled back, you've got the band, you've got a nice good bit of tension on the band. Your back is not going to move at all, you're not going to rock. It's not like rowing for the Oxford or Cambridge boat race. It's only your arms that move. So you're sitting up nice and tall, and you're pulling your arms back like this. They're not up, they're not out. They skim your thighs and they're back. Imagine you've got a penny between your shoulder blades. And then if you don't have a band, just do these movements. 2. You can have quite a lot of tension on this band. 3. If you've got different strengths of bands, 4. You can use quite a strong band for this one. 5. But the moment you feel your torso moving, slacken it off. 6. Because your torso shouldn't move at all. 7. I think my counting's gone a bit awry there. 8. 9. 10. Well done. Oops. And that's really good for your back muscles and your shoulders. Falling over here. Right, so stand behind the chair. We're going to do rocking the boat. Hold on to the chair because this is not a balancing one. Try not to let your torso move too much. It will move, but try not to let it move too much. And you're going to just stick one leg out to the side with the toe pointing forward. But you're just going to raise it. You're not going to let momentum kick it up. You're just going to raise it and then very carefully put it back down. You're not going to let gravity pull it down. It's your muscles that are doing the work. And then we're going to switch and do the other one. So we're going to do 10. That's why it's called rocking the boat, because you're going side to side. So you're going to go 1, 2. Remember, don't turn your hip. 3, 4, 5. Don't put any pressure on your hands. 6, they're just there to steady you. 7, 8. My left hip is clicking for some reason. 9, 10. I can feel that there, which is where you're supposed to feel it. Right, another one with the band. Again, if you don't have a band, just do the exercises. If at any time you need to sit down, please feel free to do so. So you're taking your band, you're standing on it, so it's anchored to the floor. Anchor your elbow into your waist and grab hold of the band. Now have enough tension so that when your forearm is at 45 degrees, you need to be using your bicep, which is this one, to keep it there. If you relaxed your arm, it would fall down there, so you need to keep it there. And then we're just closing the arm. The elbow isn't leaving, you're just closing the arm. And if you don't have a band, just do this without the band, but tense your fist, clench your fist. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then other side, stand on your band again, anchor your elbow, grab hold of your band, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well done. Keep hold of your band, because usually I do upper body, lower body, upper body, lower body, but this time we've done this muscle here, the bicep. I'm going to switch and we're going to do the tricep at the other side of the arm. And this is the one where we hold it here. So your band is over one shoulder, and whichever shoulder it's over, you hold it with that hand. Your other hand is holding it at the back. This controls the tension of this bit, because you're going to lift this bit up. If you can, have your hand behind your head like this. And what you're going to do is just lift your forearm to the ceiling. The shoulder doesn't move. If you have limited mobility in your shoulders, or you find that difficult, have your hand at your chest height, mid-chest. So that one's still there. And instead of lifting your forearm to the ceiling, you're going to just point it at the floor. And you are actually, if you just do that, you can feel your triceps moving. So whether you're going to go up to the ceiling or down to the floor, get the tension right. You can alter the tension halfway through. I usually do. I usually either make it too slack or too tight, and usually have to adjust it halfway through. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whoa, that was quite tough towards the end. So switch over, and whether you're going from your chest or behind your head, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, it's just your forearm that moves. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fabulous. Well done. All right, we need the chair again because we're going to go into the balancing exercises. So we're going to do lifting your leg up, going round or halfway around the clock, and then back up again. We're going to do that 10 times on each leg. If you need to hold on, please do. If you can do it without holding on, please do. You may find that you do a mixture of both, rather like I do, because my balance is sometimes better than others. Sometimes it's shocking. Doing yoga, trying to do yoga every morning, and one of the poses we have to do, it's easier with shoes on, is you stand, you have to hold, I mean, he puts his right out in front, grabs his toe and things, but just standing like this is really hard. I'm wobbling all over the place by the end of it. Anyway, so breathe out. We're going to engage core for this. Breathe out. Pull your navel into your backbone as hard as it will go. Pull up your pelvic floor. Get yourself all nice and braced. And then we're going to go lift the leg up. Oops, see, I'm falling at the first hurdle here. We're going to go round and up. Just skim your foot across the floor, or don't touch the floor at all if you can. 3. The reason that we're doing the leg movement, 4, is because it overbalances you. 5, so it teaches you to. 6, and you're using your core all the time. 7, nearly falling over. 8, 9, 10. Well done. I mean, that puts quite a lot of strain on the static leg as well. So, engage core. Pull your navel into your backbone. Pull up your pelvic floor. And off we go. Whoa. 1, I'm going to hold on for this because my other leg doesn't like it very much. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How did that go? Better than it did for me, I hope. It's difficult doing it on this leg, the movement, because this leg is sore when I stand on it. Right. Ha-ha! Deep joy, side bends, which are really, really good. Because I don't like side bends, it obviously means I need to do them more. So I'm always saying I'll never I'll never take side bends out, I don't think, because they are so good for your core and your back. Anyway, so if you're going to, ooh, hurts there. If you're going to have your hand over your head, make it, don't make it floppy. Have it straight, have your arm straight so that your arm is working as well. I'll just go back a bit. Have your feet slightly wider and hip width apart. And we're going to go over. And then up. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. And then other side. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. There we go. Glad that's over. Right, without further ado, we're going to go into 10 more squats, either on the chair or free squats. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Chair again. Oh, it's quite a lot, this, isn't it? We're going to go sideways in the chair. Remember, do what you can. Those of you that have been with me all year should be fairly okay at going through it like this. If any of you are new, just do what you can. If you need to sit any exercises out, please do. Maybe try one of each of them, and then you can sit them out, it's fine. Right, abs. Sitting at the edge of the chair, and I want you to sit so that your legs, your feet can comfortably touch the ground. You can sit comfortably with your knees at 90 degrees and your ankles under your knees. And then you're going to put your hands out in front of you, and then we're just going to lift the legs. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. And we're going to give that just a few minutes, and we're going to do it again. A few minutes, a few seconds, we're going to do it again. So, feet nice and flat on the floor, arms at shoulder height out in front of you, and then We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and then we're going to do the new one. So just watch first. You need to take the chair so that the seat is towards you, and you're going to lean forward and just put your hands on your seat. You're not really leaning. Put your hands on the seat so that your back is flat, like mine is. And then you're just going to take your hands off, and we're going to stand up. So you're just going to go 1, and we're going to do that 10 times. Okay, so feet hip width apart, leaning on the chair, so your back is straight, head is in alignment with your spinal cord, with your spine. You may, if you've got very long arms, you may have to bend them slightly, but I don't seem to. I seem to be flat. And then we're just going to go up, 1, 2. You don't have to put your hands on the chair if you don't want to. 3. If you can, if you want to, you can do this. 4, 5. It's like a bowing. 6, 7. If you put your hands on your back, you can feel the muscles that are working. 8, 9, 10. Now all these muscles here, it's stretching your hamstrings, it's making your glutes work, it's making the muscles that go up the side of your spine, the erector spinae work. Even when you're, the only time it's relaxed is when you're at the top. If you feel it going down again, there you're using them going up and down. Anyway, give me feedback on that. I quite like that. And then the last one, before we go into our routine, I've kept this one in because I quite like it. Just holding onto your chair, try not to rock your torso too much. We're just going to swing the leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep the legs straight as you can. 6, 7, without being silly about it. 8, 9, 10. You have to bend it slightly, else it'll whack into the floor, because presumably it's the same length as the other leg. Although most people have one leg slightly longer than the other. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's just to get a bit of mobility in your hips. Right. We're now going to do our little routine. So cast your mind away back to new back one. Quite nice to do. It's quite nice, but it's very effective. It's easy, but it is effective. Stand you in good stead for when you get your knighthood. Although you have to go down on one knee for that, don't you? Right. What are we doing? Oh yes, I know. So we're going to do our routine, the heel dig one. So we're going to do heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Heel dig, we're going to do it 3 times, slowly. Back, toe tap. And then, so this is the last time slowly, we're going to get progressively faster. Toe tap. Heel dig, side, back, 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 toe tap, 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 heel dig, side. Are you still with me? Back, toe tap. One last time. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Well done. If you managed to keep up, well done. Give yourself a wee clap. Finally, puff in there. The last thing we're going to do is our high intensity stuff. So we finish by doing 3 bouts of 20 seconds of high intensity, and it's exercise, and it's running on the spot. So it's tiny little steps like that, tiny little steps, just like that, tiny on your toes, and your arms go as well, but they don't go the same speed as your feet. Your feet go faster than your arms. If you've got dodgy knees, if you've got something really wrong with your knees, you can do the punching, but running is more effective. It's better for you, better for your heart. If you've got any heart problems, or if you've got angina, or if you get a chest pain or anything like that, it goes without saying, do not do it. Right, are we ready? On your marks, get set, off you go. Sorry, 20, stop. Sorry, I was thinking about something else. Pay attention, Rosemary. Right, we'll just give you a few seconds rest now before we do the next one. Whew. How are you feeling? You feeling rested? Right. Second one, on your marks, set, off you go. $17, $18, $19, $20. I remember that time. Right, we just give you a few minutes rest before, a few seconds rest before the third one. Give it a bit of welly for the third one. It would be interesting for me to hear from people, especially people who have been doing this a long time, to give sort of concrete examples of where you feel the exercises have improved the quality of your life. I mean, somebody said that they could run across the road. But obviously you shouldn't run across the road in case you fall. But I would be interested if there are any sort of concrete, rather than just, I feel so much better, saying things like, I can get the tops off jars, or I can go upstairs without having to hang on to the banisters, or for the first time in my life I had a bath because of the squats that we're doing, or not the first time in my life, but first time for a long time I was able to get into the bath. It would be useful if some people could send me that. That would be really nice. Last one. On your marks, set, go. $17, $18, $19, $20. Well done. Right, so just while you get your breath back before we go into the stretching, just a few announcements. As usual, if you've enjoyed the class, you can buy me a coffee, which the link is underneath in the comments section. I'm always very grateful for any coffees that I get. If you want to find out more about fitness or contacting me on my Facebook page is the easiest way, because I'm always on Facebook and I see the message, the notification come up. Although you can, my website and things are okay as well, but Facebook is the easiest, and that link is there as well. And I think that's all I have to say on the matter. So get your chair. We're going to start the stretches. We're going to do, as usual, we're going to start with the calf stretch. So your front leg is bent, your back leg is straight, both heels are on the ground. Just check that both feet are pointing in the same direction. Leaning forward slightly. The more you lean forward, the harder the stretch on your calf. Then just gently bend your back leg. Your heel will come off the ground. And put a little bit of weight on that. And you should feel the stretch going down into your Achilles. And then switch. Just check your feet are doing what you want them to do. Bend your knee. Heel comes off the ground. Okay, quadricep. So if you can, grab your foot, your heel, not your heel, your ankle, your sock, and try and stand upright with your knees together. If you can't do that, just put your hands behind your back, see if you can kick your hands. Okay, I'm going to do static stretching today. So whether you're doing dynamic stretching or static stretching, they're both effective. The dynamic stretching works your hamstrings as well. So I'm going to try and practice balancing with this one. And then if you're doing static stretching, swap legs. If you're doing dynamic stretching, just keep on doing it. See, I can do this fairly well now. I didn't used to be able to do this. I used to have to hang on to a friendly passerby if I was out doing it. Okay, right, next one is hamstring stretch. And if you've been doing dynamic stretching, you've been working your hamstrings, so that's quite good. So you're sitting on the edge of the chair, knees at 90 degrees, ankles under your knees, one leg out in front, toe pulled back, sitting up nice and straight. Just touch your hands above your head just to check that your back is nice and straight. And then you're leaning forward from the hips, not the waist. Try and keep your head, your back straight. Don't sort of hunch forward. Keeping your toe pulled back as well. And then sitting up, other side. Touch your hands above your head again to check that your back's straight, and forward from the hips, not from the waist. Woo, this one's tough on this leg. Okay, sitting up now. This time we're sitting on the side of the chair. I just have to keep moving my chair around so you've got the best angle. We're sitting on the side of the chair, sitting sideways in the chair, but at the front. That makes sense. Torso nice and straight, this leg back. Just trying to stretch here. If you can't get your leg right back, fine, do it there. Do wherever you get a stretch. Tuck your tail under as well. So if you tuck your tail under, imagine that your bladder is a bucket of water. So if you're tipping it back, the water comes out. Tipping it forward, it comes that way. So when you're sitting in the chair, I know it's difficult when you're sitting. tip it back so that the water is spilling out the back, and that increases the stretch here. It's only your pelvis, don't lean back. And then switch over. Yeah, try and keep your pelvis facing forwards as well. Don't twist that way. Okay, standing up. Arms at chest height, shoulder height, I mean. And then we're going to go round the oak tree. So you really, arms are coming out really wide and round the tree. Not like that, just like that. And bring them up to shoulder height and dip your head. Yours probably were at shoulder height. I was leaning forward to show you. I like this stretch. It's good for my neck. And then if you can, interlock your fingers. If you can't, just try and get your elbows together. You're not going to manage it, but try. If you're interlocking your fingers, just lift your head, your hands up, your arms up a bit. Just get that stretch across your chest. Okay, right, sitting down. We've got a new stretch this time, which I quite like actually. I didn't think I liked this stretch, but I do. Not this one, the next but one. So sitting nice and comfortably, not using the back of the chair to sit against, use your own muscles to support you. Just dip your head, put your hand on your crown and don't push, just let the weight of your hand push your head down slightly. Just nice, just relax it totally. And then bring your head up. Turn your head slightly and look down, sort of 45 degrees. And then get your hand and put it on the other side. If you're looking to the left, get your left hand, put it on your head, make sure your right shoulder is nice and relaxed, and just pull very gently on this side. So you're stretching there. And I like you looking down slightly so that it's not just the side of your neck you're doing, you're sort of doing the side and the back. That's what I found. I found this most effective, the most effective way to do it. Some places you just turn your head, pull your head sideways, but I don't like that. It's nice and relax into the stretch. And then bring your head up and look to the right, but down, sort of 45 degrees at the floor. Put your hand on your head and pull. Make sure the left shoulder is nice and relaxed. Don't pull hard. Don't want your head to end up on the floor. Just feel the stretch there. Just enjoy the stretch, really. Just go relax into it. And then bring your head up again. Oh, I do actually find that really effective. And then turn your head to the left. Put your hand on your chin. Try and bring your head back to the center, but resist with your hand so that you are creating tension in your neck. And then release and turn your head slightly more to the left. And then bring your head forward. Turn it to the right. Left hand on the left-hand side of your face. Turn your head try and turn your head back to the center. And create that tension and then relax. Turn your head a bit more to the right. Hold it there for a few seconds. And then bring it back to the center. Thank you very much. And see that, I'm walking like a wobbly old woman. Good, Nikki. Lift giant grow bags out of shelf in greenhouse. Could you not do that before, Elizabeth? That is amazing. I'm going to use that as an example. Yeah. Could you? Yeah, so I don't know if you could not do that before, Elizabeth, but if you could do that since doing these exercises, maybe you could always do it. Maybe you just didn't believe it was possible before doing the exercises. Because sometimes when I think, I can't do that, and then I think, yes, you can. Come on, do it. And it's just the confidence to know that you can do it. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you on Monday if you join me on Mondays, and Wednesdays if you don't do the Monday class. Thank you very much, and au revoir.